Hi everybody! So this episode is featuring the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, but it's going to be a little different. I sent them the questions in advance, and they're answering them on a live videotape for us. In the video, they have all of the elephants, and I'm so excited for you guys to learn all the amazing things they're doing in the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust in Kenya. I hope you enjoy.
Can you introduce yourself and tell us what you do and where you are located?
Hi Kate, my name's Kirsty and I work for the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust here in Nairobi, Kenya. I've worked for the trust for about 6 years now, and I can safely say I'm probably one of the luckiest people in the world. I love animals and now have a career where I can work towards protecting them in the wild, and there's nothing more fulfilling than that.
What is the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust?
Oh my goodness, what is the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust? Well, the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust is one of Africa's oldest wildlife charities and a leading conservation organisation. We were established over 40 years ago now and are perhaps best known for our orphans project, like the elephant babies you can see behind me having their milk bottles. The Orphans Project was the first and most successful elephant orphan rescue and rehabilitation programme in the world. We have successfully hand-raised over 260 orphaned elephants and rehabilitated them back into the wild. And it all begins here at the Nairobi nursery, where we raise these baby elephants through their vulnerable and still milk-dependent years. So it's a very important step for the elephant orphans. It takes a number of years. It's a slow, gradual process, but it's one that eventually takes place, and it is the aim that all of our orphans go back into the wild.
How do you find the baby elephants that come under your care, and how do you safely rescue them and bring them to the orphanage?
As I mentioned earlier, we've been working and operating for over 40 years now, and we have a wonderful relationship with the Kenya Wildlife Service here in Kenya. So we're very well known now, and everyone knows to contact us in the eventuality of a baby elephant found on their own in the wild that is still milk dependent and needs rescuing, for us to raise them here in the Nairobi nursery. We have a very experienced team who have been working with us for many years. Mishak here next to me has been working with us for over 30 years now, for example. So we have a very experienced team who are ready at any moment to go out and rescue an orphan baby in need. We normally fly the orphans straight here into the Nairobi nursery if possible, or the nearby airport, to bring them to the nursery as quickly as possible, as time is of the essence. These are still milk-dependent babies, and if they've been without their mother for some time, we need to get on top of that tender, loving care, the nurturing response that we've honed over the many years we've been raising orphaned elephants, and tend to them as quickly as possible.
Why are elephants orphaned in the first place?
Obviously, a baby elephant is orphaned when it loses its mother and family. Elephants live in tight-knit family groups, so it has to be a pretty traumatic event to come between a baby elephant and its mother. The elephant population has been declining for many, many years, and this is due to a number of reasons. One reason is the loss of habitat. As our human population grows, so too does our footprint. And the space for creatures such as elephants becomes smaller and smaller. So loss of habitat is a growing cause for concern for animals like elephants around the world. But the overwhelming reason for the decline in elephant populations around the world is still poaching. Obviously, the legal trade in ivory was banned in 1990. Over 30,000 elephants are still killed a year due to poaching, out of a population of 400,000 that are left. And poaching is just killing an elephant for just its tusk. So people covet ivory, like you can see on Rama there, and they kill an elephant purely to take the tusk from an adult elephant. And that's the illegal trade in ivory, and that is, as I say, still one of the leading causes for the decline in elephant populations around the world. So 400,000 approximately elephants left across the continent, and over 30,000 approximately still being killed a year for their ivory and due to poaching. that means that the elephant population will be extinct in just a number of years, in your and my lifetime, Kate. So, as I'm sure you're aware, the IUCN recently separated both African forest and African savanna elephants into two different categories. African forest elephants are now critically endangered, and African savanna elephants, like the babies you can see here, are now endangered. So they've listed them from vulnerable to endangered. There are natural reasons too why baby elephants might be orphaned. For example, if they become stuck in a muddy pool or due to drought. Maisha and Kiasa here were both rescued during the drought in 2017. But overall, I can say that it is because of humans that most elephant orphans end up here with us here in the nursery. Humans are still behind the massive decline in elephant populations around the world.
Can you share the joy of when an ex-orphan visits to show off her new baby?
Oh gosh, there's nothing more special for us than a now wild living orphan that we've hand-raised through here in the Nairobi nursery, bringing their wild-born baby back to show their human family at the stockades. Nothing is more rewarding or signifies the success of the Orphans Project than when a baby that you've hand-raised brings their now wild-born baby back to meet their human family. And it's a special moment for all of us, and one, as I just mentioned, we happily shared. This is Maisha, the matriarch of the nursery, checking on all the babies. It's one we've happily shared over 38 times now. We have 38 wild-born babies that we know born to our ex-orphans now living wild.
What can my generation do to help the elephants of the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust?
Your generation, Kate, is incredibly tech-savvy and all over social media. So please follow the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you like. And please share our news and our life-saving, important conservation work here in Kenya with as many people as possible. Talk about us with your friends, talk about our work in your classrooms and in school as well. We have an education program in the United States which you can be a part of. So please do get in touch with our charities office in the United States to learn more about that education program. We are completely donor funded. We are a charity, so we rely on the generous support from donors all over the world to support our life-saving work. And you can be a part of that too. You can adopt an orphan, perhaps, for just a minimum donation of $50 for 1 year. Perhaps you can do that as a family or with your classmates, by any means possible. And all that money raised goes towards not only supporting our Orphans Project and protecting this endangered animal, but also our other field work as well. And you can learn more about that by going to our website, sheldrickwildlifetrust.org. Thank you, Kate.
I hope you all enjoyed the video of the baby elephants at the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust. But did you know they're going to graduate? It's like going from lower school to middle school. These elephants go on to different parts of Kenya where they can learn to be wild. I fortunately got to go to one of those places, and I hope you enjoy some of these videos. let's go!
Kids can save animals. Oh, yeah. Kids can save animals.
Advocacy has no age limit.